Madam President.
The Senator from Michigan.
Madam President, I rise today to highlight the incredible opportunity before us to build on the strong foundation laid in the bipartisan Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act through the Build Back Better budget. The bipartisan infrastructure bill will make historic investments that will help create good-paying American jobs, upgrade our roads and our bridges, improve access to high-speed internet, and so much more. With the Build Back Better budget, we have the opportunity to go beyond these initial long overdue investments and take strong action to help secure our future for generations to come. This budget will provide crucial tax cuts to hardworking American families and tackle some of the toughest challenges they are facing, like the cost of child care, prescription drugs, and the lack of family leave that is paid. This budget will create good-paying American jobs by incentivizing the development of new clean power sources that simply cannot be outsourced. We will finally confront the very serious and very real threat posed to our economic and national security by climate change. As chairman of the Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee, I'm working to ensure that the budget resolution makes critical payments to electrify federal government's vehicle fleet, including the U.S. Postal Service's delivery vehicles. Not only will this set us on a path to a more sustainable future, it helps grow America's domestic manufacturing sector. Thanks to these investments, American workers and companies will have greater opportunity to build and assemble the battery cells, electric drivetrains, and other auto parts right here in the United States. In addition to creating great jobs, we will strengthen our domestic supply chains, reduce our dependence on foreign producers, and lead the world in advancing clean electric vehicle technologies. This is especially an important investment at a time when we are seeing the effects of climate change ravage communities all across our country. From devastating wildfires out west to severe flooding in Michigan and across the Midwest, to destructive hurricanes along the Gulf and East Coast, we simply cannot wait any longer to address the impacts of climate change. Just today, the United Nations Climate Panel released a landmark report on climate change, calling it, quote, Code Red, a situation for the survival of our planet. This budget will help limit further harmful pollution from greenhouse gases and fossil fuels that are contributing to this worldwide crisis by making important down payments on clean energy. While we invest in transformative technology to help secure our future, we also need to deal with the natural disasters that communities are facing right now. We must protect American families and businesses from the consequences of increasingly severe storms, floods, and fires by making important investments in disaster mitigation efforts. We must help communities reduce the impact of severe disasters by addressing rising water levels, improving flood prevention and stormwater management efforts, and strengthening wildfire mitigation efforts. These climate change-driven threats are destroying homes, small businesses, and communities in every corner of the United States. And this budget will ensure that we take swift action and better secure our future and limit further destruction. Finally, this budget will also make historic investments to tackle one of the fastest-growing threats to our national security, cyber attacks from foreign adversaries and criminal organizations. We must secure critical infrastructure, support state and local governments in their efforts to increase cybersecurity, and overhaul outdated and insecure federal networks. Over the past year, we've seen time and time again how vulnerable information networks can be. Attacks on everything from K-12 schools and small businesses to major oil pipelines and agencies across the federal government have played out on the front page of newspapers across our country. Whether we're talking about our critical infrastructure or our federal government, we simply cannot wait any longer to fix these serious problems. Targeted investments in new information technology will not only improve our cybersecurity defenses, but will also help increase efficiency, reduce energy consumption, and save taxpayer dollars. Cybersecurity investments will help defend our information networks against further intrusions and breaches, protect our national security, prevent Americans' personal information from being stolen, and help reduce attacks that could threaten our very way of life. These are just a few of the critical down payments we will be making with the Build Back Better budget. Now's the time to take on some of the biggest challenges that are facing American families, whether it is working to lower cost, improving access to health care, or ensuring our communities can weather the next major storm or major cyber attack. The Build Back Better budget will help ensure that we are securing the future that we want for future generations of Americans. Madam President, I suggest the absence of a quorum.
The clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Baldwin.